This is water. This is also water, just a lot more of it. At 72% of the Earth's surface area, water is by far the most abundant natural resource we have access to. Now, the way we were taught about the water cycle in school would probably have you think water is an infinite natural resource. But in reality, it's not. It falls from the sky as precipitation, it's collected as groundwater or in rivers and a lot of other ways, and then it evaporates. Then it condenses and precipitates once again. But just because it continually goes through this cycle doesn't mean we can get more of it whenever we need it. There are 400 million cubic kilometers of water on Earth, and only 2.5% of that is available for human use. And beyond that, not all of the fresh water is distributed equally to the places that need it. And in many places, it's already polluted. Take a look at Cape Town. They faced day zero back in 2017, a day where the city would entirely run out of water. It was only in September that Cape Townians were given a limit of just over 23 gallons of water per day per person. By then, the reservoirs were at a third of their capacity. But less than half of city residents met that goal. The tragedy of the commons in action. As a result, with reservoirs down to the last dregs of accessible water, the 13-gallon limit we were asked to meet is less than the minimum UN daily recommendation for domestic water needs. Thanks to the restrictions put in place, Cape Town never reached day zero, and the reservoirs have recovered. But that doesn't erase the fact that with worsening climate change, cities around the world could face a similar fate. One solution to the water crisis we may often fall back on is just send them bottled water. I mean, if they're in crisis, bottled water will help in the moment, right? But bottled water is actually a much more sinister contributor to the water crisis than you may think. Bottled water companies like Nestle or Dasani, which owns Coca-Cola, pay the federal government to siphon millions of liters of water that could be available for human use to repackage and then sell in these little plastic bottles. Sometimes they're not always little, they also come in gallons, but that's besides the point. Let's take a look at Michigan, for example. In Flint, residents paid extremely high prices for water that wasn't even drinkable from the corrosive Flint River. Meanwhile, 2 hours away in Everett, Michigan, Nestle pumped thousands of gallons of water from their water supply for only $200 a day. I'm sorry, no. $200 a day would make sense for a billion-dollar company, right? I was wrong. I misread that. It's $200 a year. Charging 98 cents a gallon, Nestle recoups that cost by selling 205 gallons of water. And that low price and high plastic content comes at a huge cost for the environment. Bottled water is 3,000 times more expensive than tap water, and 86% of the plastic bottles used in the United States end up as garbage or litter. So before you go pick up a bottle of water, think twice, because the cost is a lot greater than you think. It's unfiltered tap water. I didn't use my Brita.